Hello everyone, this is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review the movie Ma Yau. This is of course Lijo Joe's Pelliceri's latest movie which released last year, and his last movie basically. And it is a very different kind of movie, a very unique movie. It has already won a lot of awards, and it is basically a sort of very dark comedy come realistic portrayal of what happens at sort of post the death of someone in your family, through the funeral proceedings, etc. And just that moment, it's not a very long sort of moment of what happens, from one point all the way to the other. It's a capturing one particular, basically like the few hours or a few days, concentrated. So it's sort of like a micro examination of emotions, people, etc., which is supremely interesting a subject to choose in the first place, to base your movie on. And I think that the director pulled it off absolutely fantastically. It was just unbelievable how he might have come up with this idea, how they might have written this, how they conceptualized it, and how they executed it in a way that, it is such an amazing movie that it deserves all the attention ever. In fact, I think this is the kind of movie that should go for the Oscars. This is the Not that I care about the Oscars. Let's not even talk about the Oscars, but that's just a phrase. This is the kind of movie that should go for, global festivals. This is the kind of movie that should represent India wherever, and should also get a lot of Indian awards, not just Kerala awards or regional awards, but at an all India level as well. So, and this is also the movie that should be, on Netflix, Amazon, and promote Indian movies in a way that people watch and just be amazed. So let's talk more about this movie in a little more detail. The Chemban Vinod plays the protagonist in this movie. There are other supporting characters as well, like Vinayakan is playing an important role, and there is Dilish Potan, who plays the priest. All these names just suddenly to. I watched this a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, so it's a late review. But these characters are all part of a very small town where Chemban Vinod, basically his father passes away, and what happens after that is the drama of the movie. And we are not going to speak about the story any more than that synopsis, but essentially all the actors have acted in the utmost natural way. Like, there's nothing more you can expect from an actor in such situations. A lot of the movie seems improvised and seems, to the actors freedom to do what they want on screen. Especially Chemban Vinod's portrayal in many scenes definitely seems to be his own contribution and his own on the spot performance as to what he feels like doing in that moment. There were things that were clearly impossible to sort of choreograph, or impossible to sort of direct in a perfect way, that you will do this, then you will go here, then you will go here. It just had to be freehand, and so all the actors did that very well. I personally also felt that Dilish Potan's character, I hope I'm saying that name correctly, might be confusing him with someone else, but I hope the priest character, not I hope, I felt that the priest character was very impactful, and from his entry there was a sort of mystical element to what he's thinking, what he's what the story might be now, how it will pan out, what will happen next. So there was definitely a mystical element with the priest brought in, a sort of investigation element that I really liked, and I felt like his presence is and his acting was phenomenal. He's a brilliant director, a brilliant actor. He's just a complete talent. Same with Vinayakan, again, always doing great roles and great movies, and just he getting the best of the best concepts on his plate, and he's performing very well. Everyone else in the movie seemed natural. They seemed like they were just there around in the village. They were just natural, normal people who are not actors, who were just being themselves. There were many other small characters, but important ones, like the doctor, the nurse, who all, and the other wife, and etc. So all those characters that came in and went were very entertaining and engaging. Now, this movie does take a good 20-25 minutes to get in the zone of gripping you, and it does take the first half to build up the characters and the situation, to make the second half more impactful and enjoyable. So when I watched it the first time, I was, it was just an odd day and I picked it up. And in the first 15 minutes, I was just feeling very restless. So I decided to watch it again on another day. So because I didn't complete it on the first time. So the first 15-20 minutes can get you a little antsy as to, especially if you're not a Malayali or you have to read subtitles, you have to watch a movie with, not a lot of glamour, a very serious, concentrated film. It can be a little tough of a viewing, but if you just sit through the movie, you will absolutely have the best experience of your life. Especially in the second half, which goes crazy. Another element which I would like to point out is the rain element in the second half. I think that without the rains, and the movie would not have been the same. The rains just added an element of chaos to the movie and made the existing chaos within the characters come out much more. It was sort of like the nature, the weather of the movie and the natural surroundings was kind of going hand in hand with the characters of the movie. So it was a cool breezy evening, when at the start of the movie, and in the second half when shit gets real, the rain start pouring like crazy, like bad shit crazy. And so, it was very interesting to observe that, the clouds, the rains, everything was very well made. And it can be so hard to shoot in, the rains, especially entire half of the movie. You have to shoot that way. So it was really, really interesting. There are a couple of plot twists in the second half which are also unexpected, engaging, very entertaining. And when this movie ended, I didn't want it to end. I wanted a second part to come out. I wanted to see what happens next in these characters' lives and how the story moves forward from this point. And it was just an outstanding experience. And I think that the cinematography was brilliant. There's a clear cut look for the movie, a feel for the movie. The ambience is captured of the village. The photography is, the videography and photography is absolutely brilliant, with a lot of continuous shots and rolling shots which are not one take, and which are not multiple takes. It's kind of like a one take, and a lot of those shots are very, very well shot, and the actors have to perform and the camera people have to capture it, because sometimes they are all over the place in the scene. So it was really, really overall an absolute achievement of a film. And this movie deserves nothing less than 5 stars because of what it is. It's unique. As I say, I always love movies that are unique and different. It's delivered very well. It's entertaining. It's funny, and it's really, really funny in parts. It's also very, human and natural and real in other parts. So overall, this was fantastic, and it leaves you longing for more, even though it's such a niche sort of movie. So I'm going with 5 stars for Ma Yau. It was unbelievable, and if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. Somehow, somewhere, get a DVD. Or hopefully it comes out soon on some of the streaming platforms. But it might have already come out. I'm not sure, but it's absolutely a must-watch movie. So I'm going with 5 stars for Ma Yau. Let me know what you guys think about the movie. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and take care.